August 27th. I don't know why, but it's the wrong title that went up now. Weird. It should be. Oh, yeah, that's why. Oh well, it didn't. Even though I typed it, it didn't update it here. 1 second. Can I still update this?
If there's anyone on, say hi in the chat or in the on the comments, and we can
Yeah.
talk.
I know the title's a bit misleading right now for those of you attending live. Okay, it looks like we're on live here though.
Okay.
Awesome. Though, hold on, let me see if I can rename this on the Facebook group here. 1 sec.
Hey,
We've got some people chatting here.
we are on.
But I can't rename it, so too bad.
So how do we bring these people in to the
Oh, this is just the update roundup, so we're not discussing. We don't
okay.
have a live discussion. We'll probably
Okay,
do
we're
that
just
for the other thing with
okay.
the master. Yeah. All right. Well, hey guys, you guys are all on. We're gonna just get started here. I'm Jesse, and Kevin's here with me, and we're gonna do
Hi.
this month's update roundup and talk about what we've been working on. So we're going to also take questions at the end of this. And last time we kind of struggled with the names, so I'm going to try to keep up with this as best I can. All right, so I'm going to pull up my slides here, and let's get through this. We've got a lot of stuff going on this past month. Sorry. Boop, boop. All right, I think this is up and running. All right, so again, it's this month's update roundup, August 2020. We've been busy at work with Pebble here, and a big thank you to all you guys who are now using Pebble to send out your mailers, to to bring your leads in, to manage your leads, and essentially to manage all your properties inside of Pebble. So thank you for all the support, and really thank you for all you guys who are also giving us feedback. I've gotten a chance to sit down with a lot of you, and you guys have shared with us some of the requests that you have been making, and it really helps us sort of figure out where to take Pebble. So again, thank you for that as well, and thanks for all of you that are joining us live today.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're going to go through some of the recent updates. We talked about, a couple weeks ago, we talked about the custom property fields. We actually went through and changed that even further, or evolved that even further. We'll talk about property stages and, sorry, the default property stages and custom fields, single properties, and why don't we just sort of go through these one at a time. Kevin, do you want to share your screen on your side of things?
Yes, I'd be happy to.
Yep.
Just a second. Let me pull up everything here. Okay. Let me share. No,
Yep.
not that one. This one.
Let me see if I can turn this off. Are you able to get your screen on? Oh, there we go.
Yes. Are you seeing that?
Yep.
Okay. Great. Okay, so like Jesse mentioned, we've done kind of a big piece of what we've been working on for the past few weeks is these custom property fields. I know that this was a huge request from everyone sort of day one, so we wanted to make sure that we got this out the door quickly and sort of let people start customizing their properties to the way that they'd like them. So what we, for just a quick recap, we have this screen, on your settings page. If you go to settings and then property settings, you'll see that we have these custom property or custom fields, and within these you can kind of add whatever you want. So adding currency and number fields, drop down fields, whole bunch of options that we've got there. And then when you go to your properties, you'll have the option to to add those different things. So we've got like drop downs here and date fields and different things.
Currency
So that's
fields and
yep, yep, currency, the whole 9 yards. So so another thing that we've done, which I guess I've just showed you, was we before when you click these edit buttons, it would take you sort of to a new page where you could edit everything at once. We've streamlined that a little bit. So when you click edit, it just shows you a form right in the property screen. So this, I think, makes things a little bit easier so that you can kind of add updates there. Let's see, another couple things that we've done. We've added the campaign for your property right on the property screen. I think this is really helpful if you're hopping between the campaign, like you'll be in a campaign, and if you click into a property, you can click back to the campaign. That just sort of kind of connects those two together. And let's see, one other big thing that we've added is the ability to add just a one-off property without going through a campaign and uploading. So that's real easy. You just click add property here.
And if you're wondering, like a really common situation is when you're sort of getting your mailers out there, and if a seller gets back to you, says, yes, I'd like to sell you my property, but he's got 5 other properties, this is a great way to add those properties in without having to import an Excel file or whatever it might be. You're just going to simply add these one-off properties and attach it to that seller now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sorry, if we go back, sorry, you were just talking about adding a property, so I'll let you.
Oh yeah, this is pretty basic. Just you've got this form here where you just fill out the property and the owner information, click save, and it'll just take you to the property screen where you can start updating things.
Yeah, and you can essentially add all those custom fields that you've created, so that'll get generated. And I'd like to hear from you guys, Kevin, if you don't mind going back to that property screen.
Right.
And so we've added several default fields for you guys, cards and fields. I call them cards, but we really need to knock down what we actually call them. But anyways, these little cards here that we've got on the left here, I've added all these sort of default ones. These really pair up well with if you're using REI Land List as well. But I want to hear from you guys. Is there some other fields that you guys like to see? So currently we have this list of due diligence here. And then if you go down, you can add your comps. So this is by default, you can add 3 other comps if somebody's doing their due diligence on Zillow and looking for comps nearby, they can enter those in here. And then we'll also have the marketing prices here. So if you go down a little bit, you'll be able to enter in a cash price and then a terms, the month, the length in months and the monthly payment. And if you have a documentation fee, now we can add more in there as well, or you can add more. And then a buyer's field as well. If there is anything else, feel free in the chat that you feel is important, that is pretty standard on a lot of the properties that you're especially doing your due diligence on. If we're missing anything, leave it in the comments below. If you're watching this later, shoot us an email. But then again, you can always add it yourself. But if you spot anything, please let us know. We've sort of built, again, some general fields for you guys to kind of work through, and it goes well with the website. Now, at the top, we've also put in some default stages.
Yeah.
And
this will just be for the new, for if you're signing up today.
Yes.
You'll get these default stages.
Right. And if you have a previous account, you can add these stages yourself. But yeah, so we've got inactive, lead in, due diligence, negotiation, contract signed, recorded, listed, contract out and sold. So it's pretty straightforward. But if you guys feel like we're missing another stage, please let us know in the comments. And these stages are going to do more down the road as well. It's not just there to kind of guide you, but we sort of have some things planned with those stages. So we talked about the We talked about the adding properties one at a time. Also, our documents editor. We'll talk about that question. So thanks, a great question you said you asked there about land lists, and we'll answer that in a bit here. But our document editor can also take in those custom fields. I think we talked about this in our last custom property fields update, didn't we, Kevin?
Hmm. Yes. So so when you create your custom fields, there's a checkbox where you can say, I want these to be available in my document editor. And the nice part about this is you can really customize these documents to your heart's content now, because you can put in the access if you wanted to print that in like a terms deal or something, or you could put the term pricing, like if you wanted to build out a terms deal, you could put the terms pricing. um, you could you really make a document that is totally customized to you. If you have some special process that we don't have a template for, you can kind of make that totally custom. So
Yep. Yep. Awesome. And then what else do we have here? I think that's pretty much it. There was one more thing I wanted to mention. Uh, did I miss
yeah,
something?
well, I think that a lot of the work that we've done, I know for those of you who are already signed up, this probably doesn't benefit you, but we have streamlined the sign up process. So sort of taken away some of the extraneous steps there to make it easier for people to get into Pebble and start using it quickly. So so that's where a lot of our work has been
Yep.
focused as well.
Okay, I'm gonna bring it back to the slide. You can keep your screen there. So moving along here, so what's coming up next? And we can quickly talk about this. And this is sort of in the questions there. And I saw another question as well about stages. We can talk about that afterwards. There's a couple things that are coming up. The next thing we're working on is a really tight integration between your selling site and Pebble. So right now, you can list through the Zapier property listing plugin. But we're going to do an even tighter and easier integration from Pebble. So, do you sort of have any thing that you want to share, maybe just a little bit, Kevin, about that?
Yeah, I can show.
Or even, yeah, you want to share your screen? You don't have to. You can
Sure.
sort of just explain it.
Yeah, well,
Sure.
I can show it. Why not? Nothing like a good middle of a work demo to watch everything break in front of me. Okay, so um, yeah, let me share my screen again
Sure.
so
Yep.
we can see that. Share. Okay,
Yep.
there we go. Okay, so here's this is my REI land list website. So I've got my properties in here, and we added the ability to send property details from um, from Pebble through the Zapier integration plugin. This Zapier property listing,
Yep.
and we are going to make this much tighter. So we're going to provide a direct integration that sort of makes things a lot easier. So what you will see shortly, if you go to the connected apps, we'll have this new REI land list integration, and then we can add this connection. And what we're going to do is basically do it by stage. So instead of sort of manually clicking like a send this thing to REI land list, we're going to essentially let you pick a stage. So you say, I want my properties to go to REI land list as soon as I put them in the listed stage. And then we just ask for a URL and a token, which you'll get from your admin panel over here. We'll provide a plugin for that. And then once you connect it, it will show up in here, or yeah, it will show up in here, which you can come back and edit that later. And then as soon as you take your property and move it to the listed page, or the listed stage like this, it will automatically push those details over into
The property list.
REI Land,
Yeah.
and it'll include things like the images and all that. And we're also going to link to that. So we'll have, once you put it in listed, we're going to show you like, okay, here it's listed on your website, and we'll give you a link so you can just click that link and go view it there. So give you a little bit of a tighter integration there.
I mean, at the end of the day, we want you to spend most of your time under one platform rather than going around to all sorts of different platforms. There will be a need for you to hit the publish button. You can't publish that post from inside of Pebble.
Correct.
Yeah.
Just a way to, yeah. We don't want to like have you accidentally pushing like practice stuff to your website. So
yeah. So that's something that we're currently working on. I know we're literally actively working on this. So we should, and as somebody asked here, when can you send this to REI Land List to update and add a property? A rough, I don't want to put any timeline on this, but we are actively working on this.
Yeah, next week for sure you'll have.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. You heard
right.
it here, folks. Is guaranteeing that next week you'll be able to do this. Maybe late next week, but next week.
Okay. The other thing is, I'm really excited about this one, is let me just go back to my screen here. Is that we're starting up our Land Pebblers Mastermind. So it really is just for those that are using Pebble. We're going to have a monthly meetup on the first, oh gosh, I think it's Thursday. September 3rd is a Thursday, right, Kevin?
I think it's yes, I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So every first Thursday of the month, unless announced for another date. For those of you that are using Pebble, you should have been already sent a calendar invite. If you haven't, leave your email below this video. We'll send you an invite. And this is where we're going to get a chance to talk about strategies, how others are making wins in land with Pebble or whatever it might be. We're going to actually be bringing somebody as well on to talk about their experience so far, and some of the wins that they're making with Pebble and in land investing in general. And we're just going to open the floor up for open Q&A and open organic discussion, just for those of you that are, again, using Pebble or even just trying Pebble. So you, again, should have received an invitation to this. If you haven't, leave your name, leave a comment below with your email, and you'll be sent a join link and a calendar reminder for that. So that is coming up next Thursday. I don't remember the time, but I think it's roughly around the same time as now. You'll see in the invitation, though. All right. Let's just open up the floor for questions here. Try not to drag this too long, but let's come to what do you think, or do you have any questions at this point? I know the first question. Yeah, go ahead.
Yep, we've got a couple in there. When can you send this to REI Land List to update or add a property? Yes, so you can add property details through Zapier today. We know that it's not the kind of cleanest way to do things, but if you're in a pinch, you can do it that way. And then, like we mentioned, next week we'll be able to have that direct integration, which should help you out.
Giles, I know you're the one that asked that, and we've talked about this before, so yeah, hold off for another week, and then you'll be able to just go from Pebble directly to your land list site. Sharonda asked, can you show us how to rearrange stages, like move them back and forth? Yeah, that's
yes. So
I'll share your screen.
Oh, okay.
That one's quite easy to do.
Yep. Okay, I'm back. Okay.
Yeah, you're back.
Rearrange. So do we mean like moving these, changing these around?
Yeah, and I think she's thinking, can we drag and drop those due diligence, like those stages? You can
Like we can.
rearrange, but it's not sort of in the way that you're thinking, right?
Yeah. So this is on our list. We will give you the ability to drag and drop these around, but currently, due to some technical reasons, there's we leave them sort of as is. But if you want to, let's say insert, let's say you wanted to put another stage here that was like, I don't know, something. We'll just say it's a new stage. So what you would do is typically just add a new stage here and then just move, like change the way these are named. So we'll call this one sold, and then we'll call this one listed, make it green, and then we'll call this one purchased.
So essentially, you just have to go back and rename them
Yeah.
for now.
We're gonna make this better, but for now you would just do this and then call this like my new.
Now, one thing to note is if you decide to delete a stage, you're going to have to reassign those properties attached to that stage. So just keep that in mind and when you're sort of rearranging your whole whole stages flow there. Those properties will have to move around.
Yep. So if you delete this one, it'll ask you where you want to move those properties, so you can do that. And I'll also mention that in the on the properties page, you do have the option also to let's say you did want to do that where you're adding a new stage, but you currently have a bunch of properties that are in like the listed stage, and you just want to quickly move them to something, you want to move them to a different stage. It's real easy to do that. You can just go in here to filter by the stage that you're looking for. So this case, I've just got one property, it's in purchase. So we'll filter by purchased, and say you've got like 10 here. If you want to change the stage of purchase to something else, you can click this bulk edit button, and then this will let you change to something else. So let's say I wanted to move this to listed, and then all those properties will get changed to listed. So this would allow you to kind of move things around if you're trying to add a new stage and want to sort of shift your properties. We know it's not the most elegant solution, but we will be making that better shortly.
I think that was Giles. Giles asked, "What do I have to do to get the default property edits?" Let me know. I'll go in there and get those done for you. So with those of you guys that have a older account and you want those default properties, just let us know. Shoot us an email at hello@reiconversion. We'll add that in there for you. That's not a problem at all.
Currently, you'll only get them if you're signing up for a new account, because we didn't want to. For those of you who already have custom fields, we didn't want to like mess your stuff up and change things. So
yep.
Just let us know. Yeah.
Yep. Awesome. If there are no, we'll wait here for another minute or so. So for those of you that are brand new, want to give Pebble a try, you can go ahead and try. There's a 14-day free trial. It's pebblerei.com, or if you go to reiconversion.com, there's a link there I put that says land CRM, so you can go there and click from there as well, and give it a shot. So you can get your first mailer out in literally like minutes here, and that's really sort of how you get kickstarting the entire deal flow process. So what else? And again, for those of you guys that are using Pebble, we're really looking forward to this whole Land Pebbler Mastermind that is going to happen on a monthly basis. It's just going to be a really tight-knit group of us talking about everything land and process and scaling, and digital stuff related, even website REI conversion stuff. You want to bring some of those questions in there, and we're going to sort of leave that open. But yeah, we're looking forward to that as well.
Mhm. And this will be a great opportunity for if there's things that you want Pebble to do for you, and
Yes.
you want to really just like have a conversation about how we can make that happen. This will kind of be the opportunity for you to do that,
Yep.
and because we want to make Pebble the tool that fits our users like a glove, and we want to kind of change our direction based on what our users think are their biggest pain points. So, yeah, this will be a great opportunity for us to just have candid conversations about what we like, what we don't like about Pebble, and sort of influence its direction.
Yeah. So everybody say, I mean, even up until this point, through the conversations we've had so far with you guys, it's been super helpful. So,
Mhm.
all right. If that is it, thanks for again joining us on this monthly update roundup. I will be publishing this on YouTube as well. So if you are on YouTube or prefer to live in YouTube rather than Facebook, you'll be able to find this on our channel REI Conversion. Other than that, in a few days, next Thursday, we're going to be again doing that mastermind. So please join us for that. Leave your email below if you didn't get an invite and you are an active user of Pebble at this time. So awesome, Kevin. Anything else we miss?
Nope. Happy to chat. If you have any questions, reach out to us on the Facebook page or via our email,
Yeah,
hello@pebblerei.com, and we'll be happy to walk you through.
awesome. All right, guys. See you soon, and thanks for joining us again.
Thanks. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye.